What's up, YouTube? It is the same day as the last video that you guys watched. Yeah, so, usually when there's something, I'm like, oh, it's going to be a couple days till I get something, but don't worry, it'll only be a couple of seconds for you guys. It's been the other way around. Like, I got mine this time. This time, it was only a couple of minutes for me, and for you guys, it's been, I don't know, however long it's been whenever I post this video. So, I got to get mine once in a while. So what we're going to do, I've already started to push a little bit down this hill, which really, whenever I go down there, if I bring the skid steer in a bucket, I like to just kind of grade out the road. I mean, I'm not sure how it looks in the video, but this is a pretty good drop. With my old wheels skid steer, I ended up having to back my way out of here, and I thought I was going to flip it over in this spot. It's not just ridiculously, steep, but on a wheeled skid steer, it is. Yeah, so we're going to kind of grade our way down the hill here. And then when we get down to the bottom, I'm going to steal some creek gravel from my creek. And I'm going to try and level up some of the road. I'm trying to get it where it's just not so sidling. It's not so bad. Yeah, I kind of explained that in the other video. And if you didn't watch the other video, go back and check it out. My leg's itching. There's bugs out here biting me. I got to get back in this cab because I'm just a little baby. Come on, let's go. I just realized this is like a nose harp or something. Fantastic. getting hot. So here we are. If you guys didn't watch part one, we're down at the creek. We did a little bit of clearing there behind the machine. It's still looking good because that was only like 5 minutes ago. We're gonna grab this gravel, some of it. We're gonna steal some. We're gonna head up in the trails the way we came down, and we're gonna try and fill some of that in. Man, it's bright. We're gonna try and fill some of that in, and get some of the sidle and stuff out of it. A rubber band, probably to that vine back there. There you guys are having a look up my nose while I'm trying to get the foam from my drum set put back in its spot. Dead cat, as they call it. There we go. All right, so I'm sure you guys can see now what I'm doing. Get you down here where you can see the whole hillside was like sharp, so I cut out a bunch on this side to get it to get this side down, and then I filled this side with creek gravel. But over the years of driving on it, and just when I first put it there, it wasn't that great, so now it's packed in really good. There's a lot of old brush and stuff that was underneath that side to kind of hold some of it, because I had to cut a lot of trees through here to get through it. But it's packing in there nice. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to fill it so that it's a little more level, so when we drive down here and we've got lawn chairs and, you know, food and snacks and drinks and friends and stuff like that, it'll be nice and level and doesn't have to spook them out too bad when we drive them down. Well, I've apparently knocked a tree over. Backing up. It's real tight in these woods. But this tree's now telling me, it's like, you're not going through here without breaking your windshield. I'm like, but I don't want to break my windshield. So, let's see what we can do to get this sucker out of here. Oh, I should have brought a chainsaw. Chainsaw it the old school way. Well, I just bent it safely back into its little hole. But it was sticking out here, and I tried to run against it, and boy, it was dragging against my glass and everything. Didn't like it. No, sir, don't like it. So we're about halfway up this. Each time I dump a scoop, I just go ahead and level it out because the ground is so uneven. If I start piling it up here, I don't want to get all my gravel up here and then find out that I can't get the machine at the angle that I want. All of that. So go ahead and make it as I go. Excavator would be nice down here at the creek. I really enjoy being able to dig out some of the swimming holes. It's hard to raise the level, but it's easy to dig a hole out and make a hole. So you can lower the level but not raise it. This is fairly level right here. I mean, there's probably 2 or 3% grade, but it is really nice and level. Oh, rough. Did I mention rough? Good. That's where that little spring runs through, and I don't mess with it because it'll just wash out whatever I put there anyways. Oh, I can't get up here and turn around. I gotta back in and out. This is why I don't mess with it very much. I already backed over a tree going down a minute ago because it's such a steep hill, I really couldn't see where I was going. It's got a little bit of a turn in it. I thought I was going straight. Apparently I was going straight. I'm supposed to be turning. This is something I don't like about the suspension of the Cat. I'm going to show you what it is. As the front kind of squishes. So, and it's not until you get a full load. But let's say I spread this back out here. When I go to get me I'm grading, trying to stay smooth. Little disclaimer, they do have some things to stop the suspension. They got some little blocks to keep the suspension from wearing and moving, I believe. So it's not like you're stuck with this option. But anyways, with the suspension that you typically have with a skid steer, start trying to cut, and as the bucket starts to fill up, like right here, it pulls the machine down just a little bit. It flexes that suspension and changes my cut angle. Now I can deal with it. I know it's coming, so I usually feel for it and then just kind of come up a little bit. And it works fine. But it's kind of a pain. That's my dislike with it, with the grading. Once you get a full bucket, you get enough weight in it, it starts to pull you down just a little bit. It changes your cut. slick. All right. All right. I like that. I like the way that looks, the way it feels. It's like my own personal dirt road. I really don't like creek gravel as a dirt road. My driveway is creek gravel, and I don't like it. It's got big rocks in it. You're trying to pull equipment and the tires spin. It's just it's not good, but it's what I've got down here, and so we're gonna go with it. But that's pretty good. I think that'll get me in and out of here nice and level and comfortable, and I like it. We're gonna stick with it. A little stuff on my mounts. All right, so we're back down here at the bottom. You know, we were working up there, so this is what we root raked out. It's nice and open now. It was just a little path through here, so I'm gonna try and slick that up with the bucket just a little bit. I'm kind of tempted to try and get over here and dig a little bit, but it's just not really the way that it works with the old skid steer. You know, I'd love to have an excavator out here. Just absolutely love it. A little swimming hole here. Looks tiny, but it's a little over waist deep. But what I'd like to do without getting my machine stuck is try and get in here and drag some of this gravel back and maybe get a decent little swimming hole for the kids to come down here and play in, and then we can just hang out down here and listen to music, drink unsweet tea. I know some of you guys may not like that, but I love unsweet tea. Yeah, so let's slick that up, get this looking a little different. Let's go. got chills, like hair standing up on my skin. Hair, yeah, on my skin. Anyways, so I heard a noise right here, and I didn't know what it was, and I thought, oh, it must be the gravel. And then something fell out of the trees. Something, I don't know, fairly large. It's probably something that was just barely hanging there after I ripped the stuff out with the grapple. But yeah, it scared me because it was right next to me, and it sounded like something come running at me. Anyways, swimming hole is twice as big as it was. We'll have a flood and it'll come through here and change it or fill it in or do something to it. So I'm not gonna try and dress it up too awful much. I did try and smooth it out where we could park the side-by-side right here. Anyways, so a little more room to sit in it. It'll take a minute for it to settle, get the mud out of it. It smells like a float trip. I love it. Rocks and water. How'd you guys like the waterfall? That was kind of neat. I didn't really expect it, but then it happened, and so I did it again. Well, I'm just gonna cut this little high edge out of this right here on this half. Make the road flow back to the creek a little bit better now that I've been in here ripping it up a little. There's the swimming hole right there. So, got us a little path. I do, however, want to go over to where we started digging out that gravel for the hill. I want to take it and just kind of flatten it back out. I don't know why, but I don't like it looking like I just came in here and scooped a bunch out. I don't want it to look like a quarry. I want it to look like where I hang out. Where nobody knows your name. It's like the opposite of Cheers. Like to take this gravel, I have a time or two, and pushed it up against that back wall so this corner, when it floods, it won't keep washing out my good land and leaving me with piles of gravel. But the good Lord says, no, I'll do as I please, and He does. And gravel doesn't really hold that well. I wanted to take some of this brush and push it up there, but maybe let it hold for a little while. Flood comes through and it changes everything about the place, but it's kind of exciting. We come down and look and see what it did. I had all of this right here dug out nicely. Had a nice little creek, you know, had it running through there, probably, I don't know, 10 or 15 foot wide, just nice and level, and ran all the way around through this little S section. And not what He wanted, not in the Lord's plan. So I don't tell Him, He tells me, I guess. I guess that's it. Our little dig hole there is it's filled back in or smoothed out, so you know, it doesn't look like a gravel pit. The turn is cleaned out so we can ride around over by the other cave and the Just a little trail through the woods there. Maybe we'll go there sometime, who knows. I don't get down here with the machine often. Swimming hole is bigger. It's not the river, I know it, but it's an awesome place to hang out. Like, it feels great here right now, but up at the house, not so good. Here's the little trail I kind of knocked in. Just kind of filled that up so it's easier to drive in. It was a pretty sharp dip. You guys may have noticed I piled some gravel up against those trees by the swimming hole. I did that on purpose. I'm afraid of them washing the roots out, and then the roots having nothing to hold on to, which I did bump one with the bucket. Wish I hadn't done that. But I don't want those trees to fall down. Then I gotta cut them up and deal with them, and they'll cover our swimming hole, and they're our shade. We got this cleaned out in here pretty good. You know, you've seen that in the last video, but kind of tracked it in a little bit. Road's looking good, and then the road up the hill, it's all complete. I thank you guys for coming along with me. I appreciate it. I really appreciate the views. All of you who have subscribed, really appreciate that as well. That's awesome. The likes and comments, they're starting to come on. It's starting to grow, and I appreciate it. Every one of you. Thank you, and God bless. Check you later.